Lesson 103 is on finding a common denominator. Well, actually, you're factoring to lose the denominator altogether. And so you have to multiply all three pieces of the equation, or all the pieces of the equation, by numbers so that you can cancel out. And so let me show you. So on this example, if I have t minus 2 in the numerator over t in the denominator, and that equals 14 over 3t minus 1/3. So this is a adding, subtracting fractions problem with some variables in the denominator. We can't add these two fractions. Usually we write it the other direction where the equals and then the answer is over there. It doesn't matter what order, but we have 1/3 minus 14 3t, and so we have to have a common denominator, or in this case we're going to eliminate the denominator. I'm going to multiply all three of these by the same number. That will elevate them equal amounts, and so I'm going to multiply them all three by 3t. So I'm going to say 3t up here, 3t, and 3t. Now that's a multiplication thing, top to bottom, makes me cancel out that t, leaves that 3 here. Cancels out 3t here, 3t there, cancels out 3 here and 3 here, leaves that t. Now I have no denominator and I can rewrite my problem. So I have 3 times t minus 2 next. So I'm just going to write it, let me see if they did how they did it. If they did it, yeah, they distributed it out. So 3 times t is 3t. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Equals 14 minus t. You see that? Does that make sense? So I can solve for t now. So now you just use algebra. So I'm going to put all my t's on one side, all my whole numbers on the other. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides, and I'm going to add t to both sides. That eliminates the 6 over here and the t over here. 3t plus 1t is 4t, equals 14 plus 6 is 20. Divide both sides by 4, cancel out. 20 divided by 4 is 5, so t equals 5, and that is my answer. So, to recap, there's a t, there's a 3t, and a 3 in my denominators. You find some way to put them together, and you can cancel them out to make no denominator. Let's do one more. So if I have, let me erase. Again, the beauty of video is you can go back and watch these again if I've erased something too soon. So 4 over p minus 3 over p minus 4 equals 0. Now, just so you know, you can never, just a thought that came into my head, you can never have a 0 in the denominator, okay? Just keep that in mind. So here we are going to have to multiply everything by the same number so that we all elevate it together. And so to do that, now anything times 0 is 0, so you don't have to actually go through the step of multiplying something by 0 because we know it will be 0. But let's go ahead. So I have p and p minus 4. So I am going to multiply that both. I'm going to say p minus 4. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing here. P minus 4. I'm going to do that on for both of those. So now I can cancel out this p and this p minus 4 and this p minus 4. So I've gotten rid of my denominator. I'm going to rewrite my problem. So now I have p minus 4 times 4. So that would be 4p minus 16 minus 3p equals 0. I'm going to solve for p. So I'm going to add 16 to both sides. Remember, I didn't do the p minus 4 on this one because I already know anything times 0 is 0. So that's just a step I could have shown, but I know in my head it's going to be 0, so I didn't do it. But now I'm doing my algebra, and I'm going to say 4p minus 3p is 1p, so p equals 16. So you'll have 2 problems to do. They're not hard at all, and that is lesson 103.